This is why your Excel totals are wrong, even when your formula looks correct. You wanted AND, but Excel heard OR. And the reason? All comes down to two tiny symbols most people overlook: the asterisk and the plus sign. In Excel logic, these do a lot more than basic math, and they may not mean what you think. Say we want to count orders that are delivered and rush. Sounds simple, right? Scan the table and there are only 3 matching orders. Then we write this formula and we get 11. Except there are only 10 orders in total. So where did that actual count come from? Let's uncover it. First, check which orders are delivered. Then which ones are rush. Each test returns either true or false. Now here comes the important part. When Excel sees true and false in math, true becomes 1 and false becomes 0. That's the entire foundation. To apply AND logic, we multiply the results. But why multiplication? Because it only returns 1 when both values are 1. If either one is false, the result drops to 0. So only rows that satisfy both conditions survive. Wrap it in sum, and we get 3, exactly what we expected. That's AND logic in Excel, powered by a simple asterisk. Now, let's go back to what caused the problem. This time, we want delivered or rush. We use the same structure, but instead of multiplying, we add. Now watch what happens. If a row matches one condition, we get 1. If it matches both, we get 2. And that's where the trouble starts. When we wrap this in sum, Excel adds everything, including those 2's. So rows matching both conditions get counted twice. That's how we ended up with 11, even though there are only 10 orders. So this is why this mistake is so dangerous. If you accidentally use plus when you meant multiply, your totals inflate and nothing looks obviously wrong. It doesn't crash your formula, it just lies to you. So how do we fix it? We tell Excel anything greater than 0 is treated as true. Then we convert true and false back into ones and zeros using the double dash. Now both 1's and 2's becomes 1's, meaning any row that matched at least one condition becomes a single count. Add them up and we get 8. That's the correct OR result. So remember, the asterisk behaves like AND. The plus sign behaves like OR. Don't get confused. At this point, you might be wondering, why not just use the OR function? And you absolutely can. Evaluate each row, fill that down, then count the true values at the bottom. That gives us 8. So yes, it works. And the same idea applies to the AND function. But notice what we had to do. A helper column, then a second step to count it. Traditional functions like AND and OR just don't naturally evaluate an entire range at once. Sure, there are other alternatives to handle this in a single formula too, like the map function, but nothing comes close to how simple these 2 symbols make it. And that's what makes them so powerful in modern Excel. The same logic goes beyond counting. Oftentimes, we don't want a total. We want to identify the matching rows. That's where filter comes in. Select the range we want to return, then define the conditions. Just like before, if we multiply the conditions, filter returns only orders that meet both requirements. If we add them instead, filter returns orders that meet either requirement. Same concept. The asterisk narrows the results, the plus sign expands them. Once you see it this way, filter becomes much more flexible. So in Excel logic, the asterisk means AND, the plus sign means OR. Not because Excel is confusing, but because underneath, it's just doing math. So the next time your totals look suspicious, check your symbols. That tiny swap might be the whole problem. If you want to dive deeper in each of these, we got separate videos on both. and you might be surprised on how many uses they have. I'm Kiki, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next style.